Hello dear aspirants, how are you all? How the preparation for the prelims is going on, and especially for the subjects of Indian economy. Ashutosh Bharadwaj, good morning. Jhannu Kant Roy, good morning. Good morning. आशुतोष भारद्वाज सर, हम तो गांव में रहते हैं, यूपीएससी में 2 बार दे चुका हूं। ऑप्शनल मेरा मैथ है क्योंकि मैं एमएससी मैथ से किया हूं। गांव में सारा कंटेंट नहीं मिल पाता है। सर नोट्स के लिए थोड़ा हेल्प कीजिए, चाहिए था। ओके, बिल्कुल आशुतोष, आप इंस्टीट्यूट एक बार कॉल कर लीजिएगा नंबर पे और वहाँ से उनको कहिएगा कि रवि सर से बात करा देने। ओके, तो फिर मैं आपसे बात कर लूँगा। ओके, welcoming all dear aspirants in this session of the PYQ of Indian economy, and as we all know that in these sessions we all are discussing the previous year questions of Indian economy of the UPSC prelims, and in this session we are covering the previous year question of Indian economy from 2011 to 2023, and especially we are covering with all the subjects, all the pillars and themes of the Indian economy. In the previous sessions we have discussed about the 8 pillars of Indian economy, and in that session we have also discussed about the basics of economy and the previous year questions that has been asked by the UPSC in the basics of Indian economy. Okay, Piyush Kumar, Jai Hind. Sanjana, good morning. Babli Sharma, good morning. Krush Roy, good morning. Good morning to all of you. And today is Sunday. How the Sunday is going on? And it's very good to have a study of the subject like Indian economy, especially on the Sunday. Okay, let's start. Dear aspirant, as we all know that in the UPSC prelims, the subjects Indian economy has a lot of weightage, and this subject needs the analytical understanding, and this subject also needs the factual understanding with a great command over the conceptual understanding of Indian economy. So please take this subject seriously in the context of having good conceptual understanding, and analytical skills also needed for this subject, and that analytical skill will develop by the practicing of the various types of questions of Indian economy. Okay, all right. Dear aspirants, in today's session, today is 5th of November 2023, and in today's sessions we will discuss the PYQ of national income, and I hope you all aspirants have studied the national income chapter of Indian economy. Okay, in the next sessions again we will discuss the different pillars of Indian economy. I will tell you the name of that pillar in the last of this sessions, and I also have the understanding that you all are studying the Indian economy with a different pillar wise, because Indian economy is such a subject which needs the clarity of the concepts with the pillar wise, yani theme wise. You need to understand this subject theme wise. Okay, all right. Tabassum, good morning. Okay, now this is the first question of national income of today's session, and this question was asked by UPSC in UPSC prelims in 2011, question number 82, set A of UPSC prelims 2011, and question number 82. Now the question is with you that in the context of Indian economy, consider the following statements. The question is about in the context of Indian economy. Now you should have the clarity of concepts about the Indian economy regarding the growth, regarding the development, regarding the GDP, GNP, and everything what comes under this chapter. Now read the statement. The growth rate, this is the keyword again, the growth rate of GDP, again second keywords, has steadily, this is again the keyword, increased in the last 5 years. The growth rate of GDP has steadily increased in the last 5 years. Now pause for the 5 seconds and think over this statement. The growth rate, okay, of GDP has steadily increased. What do you mean by the term steadily? What is the meaning of the term steadily? Please write it down. Pranati, good morning. Good morning to all of you. Growing gradually at regular rate. The meaning of this word is growing gradually at regular rate or interval. Any words you can see. What is there? Growing gradually. Again, gradually means something slowly at regular rate. At regularly there is something increasing. Okay. Now these words, please write this word in your notebook. Again and again you will see this word in the UPSC prelims, especially in the Indian economy questions. Okay. Now the growth rate of GDP growing gradually at regular rate. Now you should think, is it possible? Is it possible that growing gradually at a regular rate? This is the keyword. Regularly. Regular. In the Indian economy, is there something that is regular? There is lot of things which is irregular. Okay. You need to think regarding that. Again comes to the question. And this question was asked in 2011. The growth rate and the question it has given very clearly in the last 5 years. Now you come back just 3 years back or 4 years back, comes to the 2008. What happened? In 2008 there was the financial crisis faced by the Indian economy. If there was the financial crisis in the Indian economy, then it was possible that there was a regular rate growing gradually at regular rate? Was it possible? Think over that. There is the answer in the question itself. Therefore, I am telling again and again, UPSC is all about analytics. You have to analyze the statement as per your knowledge level. Now, this statement, does it needs a great depth of knowledge or concept? It's only needs the awareness. Do you aware about the 5 years back of the Indian economy? This question was asked in 2011. Therefore, you should know at least 10 years back of Indian economy. 10 years back doesn't mean you need to know everything. Sir, voice is not clear. Am I clear to you now? Follow hard work boy. Am I audible to all of you? Other aspirants, please comment. Am I audible to all of you? Pranati, Tabassum, Asutosh, Jannu. Am I audible? Please comment fast. Am I audible or not? Okay, it's clear. Sanjana. All right. Follow hard work boy. Please check your sound. Okay. ठीक है sir. All right. Yogeshwar, thank you. Now, again come to this point. Does this statement needs a lot of clear understanding, lot of conceptual understanding, or it needs the analytics? It needs the reasoning skill of Indian economy. All right. Growing gradually, you needs 2011. It means that this statement is wrong statement. All right. Now comes to the second statement. The growth rate in per capita income has steadily increased in the last 5 years. Again, steadily increased in the last 5 years. Steadily means what? Growing gradually at regular rate. Growing gradually at regular rate. Regular. This is the keyword. This is the keyword. This is the beauty of UPSC examination. Okay. Again, if there is no something regularity in the growth rate of GDP, then how it would be possible that there is a regularity in the growth rate of per capita income in last 5 years? Was it possible? You think? It's not possible. Second statement is a reflection of the first statement. Dear aspirant, in solving the question of prelims, you need also to understand that many times the second statement or third statement is the reflection of the first statement in itself. You need also to understand such type of question, especially in the prelims. There are a lot of such type of questions. Okay, the second statement is also wrong. Now our answer is what? D. Neither one nor two. Any problem to anybody? Shraddha, Pavan Kumar, Priyanka, any problem? No problem. Okay. Now I am moving to the next question. If anybody has any problem, please ask. Okay. Now the second question is the national income of a country for a given period is equal to the. Now again, the national income of any country is equal to what? Now again pause for few seconds and think, what is national income? What you have studied in your book regarding the national income? What concepts you have? Dear aspirants, national income, if you have the understanding, then you must understand how you measure the national income. Okay. Now comes to the point that total value of goods and services produced by the nationals. Now here is the keyword, total value of goods and services, all right, produced by nationals. Does we count the production of goods and services of nationals only? If there are the foreign entity or companies or producer producing goods and services on the domestic land of that particular country, does it not count in the national income of that particular country? If you have the clarity of the concepts of GDP, then you can clearly eliminate this sentence that this is the wrong statement. Not nationals, nationals and everybody, domestic lands. This is the keywords, and after analyzing this keyword, you can easily eliminate this statement. This can be the definition of GNP. All right. Okay. Now again, sum of total consumption and investment expenditure. Sum of total consumption and investment expenditure. Is it possible? Pavan Kumar, not option B. It is GDP. GDP in the sense of what? There is the overall complete consumptions in the economy in itself. Government is not expending or doing anything outside. Entire consumption is within country only. This is definition of the partial GDP, not complete GDP. This is the definition of the partial GDP. Partially defines the GDP. Now comes to the, therefore, if it's defined partially about the GDP, again it is the wrong statement. Now comes to the third statement, sum of the personal income of all individuals. Sum of the personal income of all individuals. It is the part of national income. It is not a whole national income. Okay. Personal income is the part of national income. Okay. All right. Sum of the personal income of all individuals. Again, it is the wrong statement. You can easily eliminate it because personal income is the part of GDP. Okay. Now again, come to the last statement. If all are wrong, automatically the last statement is correct. But you must read money value of final goods and services produced. This is the right statement. Money value of final goods and services produced. What is this? This is NNP, net national product at factor cost. Dear aspirants, what is this? This is NNP. This is NNP at factor cost. Now you must know what is net national product. जन्नू सर क्वेश्चंस हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में लिखा हुआ चाहिए सर. Jannu, in Hindi we will discuss on the Tathastu Hindi channel. Don't worry for that. This is for the English perspective, so that for the examination perspective, the students who are preparing for the exam for the English medium, so it will be helpful for them also. Okay, for the Hindi we have the separate channel, you please visit that. You are also coming to that channel every day. Okay, we will discuss in Hindi also on that YouTube channel. All right, Nikki Prajapati, hello sir, hello Nikki. Now NNP at factor cost. Now comes to the point, what is NNP at factor cost? You must understand it. Before understanding this, sir please हिंदी में भी, बिल्कुल उसके लिए एक हिंदी चैनल है, तथास्तु हिंदी ICS, तथास्तु ICS हिंदी. On that channel we will discuss in Hindi also. Okay, don't worry, बहुत जल्दी मैं उस पे भी इकोनॉमी और डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स का भी PYQ एनालिसिस करने वाला हूँ. All right, now I want to tell you one thing, that such type of question, from which source UPSC is framing the question related with the national income. इसके लिए आपको जानना चाहिए, you must know the national income aggregates. You all aspirants must know this. What is this? Suppose there is one column like this, second, third and fourth. Okay, in first there is one thing net, another thing there is gross. All right, again in this one thing is domestic and second is national. In third, this is one, this is second, this is third, we will write product, one thing only, don't worry. In the last we will write two things, again one, factor cost and market price. Now ये आपके पास सारे डिटेल्स हैं. Now following these details you can make one net from this domestic product at factor cost, second again net domestic product at market price, again you can frame gross domestic product at factor cost, gross domestic product at market price. Like this you can frame 8 aggregates. How much? 8 aggregates. After that, now it's your responsibility as a civil services aspirants. Please read all these 8 aggregates. UPSC will ask questions from any of these aggregates and they frame the statement in the questions and you will confuse. So it's your duty to read all the aggregates, formula of these aggregates and the basic understanding about all these aggregates. These aggregates are useful for the measurement of national income. All right. Target UPSC 2025. Okay. Okay, good. Satish, D, good. Knowledge corner, D. All right. Follow hard work boys or option C? No, this is option D. All right. Okay. Now move to the next question. Again, see the language of UPSC with reference to Indian economy. In the first question they have asked in the context of Indian economy. This language you should also understand. Okay, during the analysis of PYQ. With reference to Indian economy, consider the following statements. This question UPSC has asked in 2015, question number 81, and set is A. All right. Now the set is A. Yes, A. Set is A. All right. Now the question, read the statement now. The rate of growth of real gross domestic product has steadily, again see the same term they are asking. In 2011 also they have used the same term, same word, steadily. In 2015 again they are using this word steadily. It means that in the eye of UPSC, in the vision of UPSC, this word is very important because this word has a great importance in the interpretation of the economical concepts. All right, that's why this word you can see again and again in the UPSC prelims question. Increased in the last decade. All right, the rate of growth of real gross domestic product has steadily increased in the last decade. Again, in that question 2011 they have asked in the last 5 years. 2008 comes in the last 5 years. Last decade, this question they have asked in 2015. Last decade means 10 years back. What happened? 2005. In midst of that, 2008 is again there. In 2008, economy was facing the financial crisis. If the economy was facing the financial crisis, it means that there was not something which was related with steadily. Rate of growth of real gross domestic product has steadily increased in the last decade. Was it possible? Think like this. Was it possible? No, it was not possible. It means that this is the wrong statement. One different formula I will also tell you after this only. This is one way of eliminating the option, and by using the knowledge. If you have the understanding regarding the 2008 financial crisis, and you understand that in that crisis it was not possible that the rate of growth of real gross domestic product steadily increased on a regular basis, it increased. It was not possible at all. Therefore, this statement is wrong. You can eliminate on the basis of knowledge. Okay. Now the second statement, please read. The gross domestic product, the GDP at market price in rupees has steadily, again the same word, increased in the last decade. Now, UPSC has played a trap here now. UPSC is very smart, and they also help the serious aspirant to know where they have played in the statement. ये आपको समझना पड़ेगा. यूपीएससी बड़ी चालाकी से कुछ ऐसा स्टेटमेंट फ्रेम करता है, बट जो सीरियस एस्पायरेंट होते हैं उसके लिए क्लू भी देता है ताकि आप उसको एनालाइज कर सकें और एक करेक्ट आंसर तक पहुंच सकें. दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस एग्जामिनेशन. ओके. नाउ इन दिस स्टेटमेंट, जीडीपी at market prices, dear aspirant, in rupees has steadily increased in the last decade. GDP at market price. Supriya Singh, good morning, Bhaiji. Good morning, Supriya. Okay, now market price. You know that inflation increased. Inflation never stops. If the inflation never stops, it means that there was also the increase in the GDP at market price. One thing. By this one thing, you can also understand that this statement is true. Suppose you don't know about the inflation. In this span of time, while solving this question of prelims, you forget about inflation. It happens sometimes in the examination. Then what other clues you should have? Just wait, I am telling you. Other thing is that there is two concepts, dear aspirants. One is about the rate, and other thing about the value of absolute. There are two types of values in the economy. Please remember it. Two types of values in economy, Indian economy. One is about the growth rate of anything, growth rate of Indian economy, growth rate of GDP, rate of growth in the national income, anything. And other thing about the absolute value. In Indian economy, absolute value is maximum time correct. But the rate, what they are giving, that is wrong. Maximum time wrong. Absolute value. GDP was increasing in the absolute value, but regular basis, on a regular basis, if you use this word and rate of growth, use this rate of growth at the regular basis, it was not increasing regularly. Sometimes it increased, sometimes it decreased, but as an absolute value, it was increasing at market price. यदि आपने ये समझ लिया कि एब्सोल्यूट वैल्यू क्या होता है इंडियन इकोनॉमी में और रेट क्या होता है, तो आसानी से आप कई सारे फैक्ट्स को एनालाइज कर सकते हैं. ओके, क्लैरिटी हो रही है? ऑल एस्पायरेंट्स आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग? पवन, निक्की, सुप्रिया, हार्ड वर्क बॉय, निक्की, अंडरस्टूड? Jannu and other aspirants. Okay, first was wrong, second is correct, because this is not talking about the rate of growth. It is talking about the gross domestic product at market price in rupees has steadily increased in the last decade. Yes, it was increased because it was on the market price, inflation was there, and again it is absolute value, and if there is the absolute value, it means that there is a chance of increasing. All right, by this understanding you can easily find this correct statement is correct, this is wrong. What should be the answer? The option answer should be B. Is it all right to all of you? Manju, good morning Manju. Okay, now moving to the next question. Dear aspirants, now we have the question number 20. Consider the following statements, and this is 20. Yes, this is from set number A itself. This is from set A. All right. I am writing set A because when you are preparing itself individually, you should remember that set A was also discussed in the PYQ analysis of Tathastu-ICS. All right. Now, in question number 20, dear aspirants, consider the following statements. Again, now read the statements. Tax revenue as a percent of GDP of India has steadily increased in the last decade. See, again the same word. Again the same word. Now you think, why UPSC is using the same word again and again? Is there is anything? UPSC has a lot of fascination about these words? No, it has the application. Tax revenue as a percent of GDP of India has steadily increased in the last decade, and this question was again asked in the 2017. Steadily increased. Is it correct? If tax revenue steadily increased at a regular basis, then why there was the problems of fiscal deficit? Please think regarding this. UPSC Indian economy prelims is all about the application of knowledge. If UPSC asks some questions about the factual data, you must remember that. But if UPSC is asking about the conceptual understanding, UPSC Indian economy prelims is all about the analytical skills. Dear aspirants, if there is the regular increase in the tax revenue of GDP, then why there is the problem of fiscal deficit in the economy? By understanding that statement, you can easily eliminate this statement, that this statement is wrong statement. All right, to all of you. Okay, now the second statement is what? Fiscal deficit. See, the fiscal deficit terms comes again in the second statement. This is the beauty of this examination. First statement and again next statement. This is the reflection of this statement. It means that this is the wrong statement. It means that there is something, UPSC has something played a game in the second statement. This is the beauty. Pavan Kumar Reddy, sir, can you explain last year prelims questions now in this lecture? Yes, Pavan, one lectures I have already taken on this YouTube channel. Please go in the playlist. You can find that Indian economy. I think on the last Sunday we have discussed regarding that. That was regarding the basics of economy. Today we are discussing about the national income. All right. In these sessions we will also discuss the different pillars of Indian economy, and we will discuss all the PYQs of Indian economy along with how to solve the problems of, how to solve the questions of UPSC prelims. All right. Now in the second statement, fiscal deficit as a percent of GDP of India has steadily increased in the last decade. Steadily increased in the last decade. If fiscal deficit steadily increased from the last decade, it means that fiscal deficit is always increasing, not decreasing. If fiscal deficit is always increasing, then what is the role of the government? All right. Then what is the role of the FRBM Act? You know FRBM Act? Please read regarding that. We will discuss in the budget session, don't worry. What is the role of RBI if there is a regular increase in the fiscal deficit? Again, this is the reflection of first statement, and this is also the wrong statement. This is the way to solve the UPSC prelims examination. Alright, both are wrong. Again, the answer is D. Is it clear to all of you? Any problem? No problem. Okay. Now, moving to the next question. And next question is also asked in 2018, question number 48. And the question is what? Question is increase in absolute. Now see the words. These words I have already discussed in the next previous question. Absolute and rate. Increase in absolute and per capita real GNP do not connote a higher level of economic development if. And these questions are from the NCERT, dear aspirants. If you all have studied NCERT thoroughly and grab the concepts of NCERT, you can easily solve these questions. Easily means you have the privilege to solve all these questions. Okay. Now 21, increase in absolute and per capita real GNP do not connote a higher level of economic development. What they are thinking about? Development. Now pause and think, what is the concepts of economic growth and economic development? And here is the key of the answer. You not need to think and read a lot of documents, lot of reports and lot of books for the Indian economy. You should use the common sense. You should use the basics of Indian economy. Where is the key? Here is the key, economic development. If there is economic development, it means what? It means what? That economy is well sufficient to work on poverty, on employment, on hunger, on the living standard of the people, on the environment protections, on the education, on the literacy. A lot of things are there. Understood the concepts? Okay, now read the statement. A. Industrial output fails to keep pace with agricultural output. Economic development, absolute and per capita real GNP, industrial output fails to keep pace with agricultural output. There is no interlinkage of output related concepts between both. Agricultural output is dependent upon the various things like the monsoon, like the production level, like the employment at the village level, like the government initiatives. A lot of things are there. And industrial output is dependent upon different things. Availability of the resources, labor, skill, capital, lot of things are there. Why we should try to match both things? No. Again, in the next statement, it will be the reflection of the first statement itself. Agricultural output fails to keep pace with industrial output. Why? Both statements are wrong. If many people are walking on the road or driving cars on the road, does it mean that all should have the same speed of car on the road? Does it mean that? If somebody is walking on the road and somebody is driving the car on the road, can the speed of both can be equally matched? Is it possible? Think regarding that. क्या ये पॉसिबल है कि कोई रोड पे चल रहा हो और कोई कार चला रहा हो, दोनों एक ही स्पीड से चले? Not possible. Same thing they are talking. I am talking with a different sense, but in the economic sense, this is not possible at all, because the government is making the policy with different things keeping in the mind. Therefore, both are not possible. Alright, so both are wrong statements. Now, C. Poverty and unemployment increase. Okay, देखते हैं, please skip. And the last is imports grow faster than exports. Import grow faster than exports. No, this is again the wrong statements. Import grow faster than exports. This is the concepts of foreign trade, dear aspirants. This has nothing to do with the absolute and per capita gross national product. Then what? C is the answer. Poverty and unemployment increase. If there is an increase in the poverty and employment, why there is an increase in the poverty and employment? Because there is the imbalance growth in the economy. If there is the imbalance growth in the economy, then there will be the what? Wealth disparity. There will be the income disparities. Income, wealth, privileges, capital, skill disparity will be there. And if there is the disparity, it means that there will be poverty also and unemployment also. Is it clear to all of you? Have you understood it? This is the way to solve the questions. Okay. So therefore, UPSC prelims question is not difficult. Don't take it difficult, but it is tricky. It needs the trick to solve. It needs your basic understanding. All right. Okay. Again comes to the next question, 22, and see the beauty. 22 number question. In 2022 they have asked the question number 10 and again set A. All right, Nikki, Pavan, Jannu, Satish. All right. Now, first statement: a share of the household financial savings goes towards government. First, see the question. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. All right. A share of the household financial saving. This is the keyword. Household financial savings. All right. Goes towards government borrowings. क्या ये जाता है government borrowings? Of course it goes. कैसे जाता है? How? It goes by the government securities, treasury bills. It goes to the government borrowings also. Means that if you are buying the government securities, it means that you are giving your money to the government, and that is the borrowings of the governments. It means that this is the right statement. Very in general statement. Okay. UPSC has given direct statement. There is no play in this statement. Okay. Now the second statement. Dated securities issued at market related rates in auctions form has a large component of internal debt. Now, in this statement, you need to think. Okay. Dated securities, before reading this statement, after reading this statement, not before, after reading this statement, what comes to your mind? What concept you should understand? That what is debt? What is public debt? What types of public debt are there? There are two types of public debt: internal debt and external debt. External debt we are taking from the outside. There are a lot of institutions like World Bank, IMF, ADB, AIIB, external commercial borrowings, lot of institutions, lot of instruments we have for the external debt. All right. And there is internal debt also. And what is internal debt? Internal debt can be marketable securities and non-marketable securities. Government issue the government securities, treasury bills, and by selling all these securities, they are borrowing the money from the public for the various expenditures. All right. Same thing, dated securities issued at market related rates in auctions. It is going to auctions form a large component of internal debt. अब समझ में आया? By revising this concept, you can relate the second statement that the government securities, dated securities, what they are issuing by the auctions at market related rates, that are the large component of internal debt of the government. All right. It means that this is also the right statement. And what should be the answer? Both is right. If both 1 and 2 is correct, it means that C is the right answer. Suprabha. All right. No problem. Now, as an aspirant, what you need to do? UPSC has asked in 2022 about internal debt. Now, it is very possible that in the coming year, they will ask regarding the question of about external debt. And this is the PYQ analysis. All right. In the next year, coming year, maybe in the 2024 also or 2025, they will ask about the external debt. They will ask about the market related, non-market debt. They can ask about household is there, ECB. See, this is the beauty of this examination. Now, as an aspirant, you should read all these things carefully. Okay. Now moving to the next section, and this was the last question the UPSC has asked from the pillar of national income. National income completed. This was the questions I have discussed from 2011 to till now. Okay, I think clear to all of you. Now moving to the next section, that is 5-year plans, and this is also the very favorite area of UPSC. पहले इससे अधिक क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी पूछा करती थी earlier. Now they are reducing the number of questions from this area, but as an aspirant you should trust on the UPSC that UPSC can give you the uncertainty. UPSC कभी भी कुछ भी पूछ सकता है फिर, because if UPSC once asked the question, it means that UPSC can ask the question in the next coming years also. Therefore, as an aspirant, you should have an eye over all these questions. Okay, Suprabha. Okay, now the question number 41 we have. Question number 41 we have in this sections we have. This is from the set A also. Yes, set A. Question number 14. Sorry, question number 29, and this was asked in 2014, year 2014. Okay, now read the statement. The main objective of the 12th 5-year plan, dear aspirant, the main objective of the 12th 5-year plan. Now, as an aspirant, pause your mind, sorry, not your mind, pause the screen, video, and think what you understand regarding the 12th 5-year plan. ये कब आया था? What were the objectives of the 12th 5-year plan? You should understand it. Dear aspirant, the 12th 5-year plan was came in which year? 2012 to 2017. 2012 to 2017. इसी बीच में, in the midst of this, the planning commission dissolved and there was establishment of नीति आयोग. फिर 5-year plan खत्म हो गया. Okay. This was the basic understanding. Now, this question was asked in 2014 about the 12th 5-year plan, and 12th 5-year plan was came in 2012. See, it was came in 12. UPSC has asked this question in 2014. It means that in the Indian economy, you should have at least 2 years of understanding of the Indian economy, that what is the trend going on in Indian economy. All right. Okay. This is the analysis of PYQ. By this way, you need to analyze the PYQ. All right. Now, first statement is what? Inclusive growth and poverty reduction. Inclusive growth and poverty reduction. Now, see, the 5-year plan is in 2012 and 2017. Poverty reduction का अभी भी काम करेंगे क्या? कब तक सारी पॉलिसी हम लोग पॉवर्टी के नाम पर ही डाइवर्ट करते चले जाएंगे? We should also work on the various aspects of the governance, and that aspects of governance must work to reduce the poverty. Okay, so you should use your common sense that poverty reduction is the objectives of the government, but not it's only the objective of the government. Okay, so this is the wrong statement. Again, the inclusive, and please believe these words are very favorite for the UPSC. Inclusive, empowerment, steadily, then sustainable. These all are the favorite words of UPSC. UPSC asks all these words multiple times in the UPSC prelims. Therefore, you should also understand the real meaning, the contextual meaning of all these words. Okay, inclusive and sustainable growth. Inclusive and sustainable growth. Okay. It also seems good, but once you are talking inclusiveness and you are talking about the sustainable growth, both are possible. Yes, it's possible, but does it was possible in 2012 to 2017? Because this year was also the year of election. This year was also the year of election, 2014, this 5-year plan. And there was a lot of political activities was also going on in this year. You see, 2014, it is regarded as an era in the Indian history of politics. पूरे भारत की राजनीति में बदलाव आ गई. Inclusive and sustainable growth, only if you will work on this is a slow growth. If the government making this planning in 2012 and they have to work, they have to also play the politics in 2014, there is the election, general election, does the government bear the cost of the slow development or growth? No. Use the common sense. Now, third statement, sustainable and inclusive growth to reduce unemployment. Why only unemployment? Why? Why not poverty? Why not illiteracy? Lot of things are there. Why only unemployment? Wrong statement. Okay. Now, the last, faster, sustainable and more inclusive growth. Right statement. Faster growth is necessary. Sustainable growth is slow growth. But the government needs the fast growth and also the public. Therefore, this is the right statement. Dear aspirants, this common sense, this analytics you need to generate, you need to arise in order to solve the UPSC prelims question. Okay. Now the next question we have. With reference to India's 5-year plans, which of the following statement is are correct? 2019, 17th question and set A. Yes, set A. Now, with reference to India's 5-year plans, which of the following statement is are correct? In 2019, UPSC has asked a question from this section. From the earlier UPSC has asked a question from 5-year plannings in 2014. Now they have asked in 2019. Now it's most probable that in 24 UPSC will ask question from this section. Because UPSC has also some trend, right? Please follow this trends also. From the second 5-year plan, there was a determined thrust towards the substitution of basic and capital good industries. Determined thrust towards the substitution of basic and capital goods industries. Now, this question is regarding 5-year plans, and in this statement they are using the second 5-year plan. Now, do you remember the second 5-year plan? On which policy the second 5-year plan was based on? Can anybody reply this? Who was the pioneer of second 5-year plan? Can anybody write? I am giving you two options, Harold Domer or P.C. Malnovis. Any students, please write. Nikki, Pavan, Suprabha, Satish. I am seeing the name of these students. Who was pioneered the second 5-year plan? Okay, the second 5-year plan was based on the industrial development. It means that this statement is correct statement. Other is what? The fourth 5-year plan adopted the objective of correcting the earlier trend of increased concentration of wealth and economic power. When the second 5-year plan came? 1969. Second, not 5-year plan. Fourth 5-year plan came in 1969 to 1974. And this was the era of Indira Gandhi. And she has worked a lot on poverty reductions and the economic power, concentration of wealth and economic power. This is the right statement. And this is also the factual statement. Factually, you should learn the objectives of all these 5-year plans. Okay. Now the third statement is there. In the fifth 5-year plan, for the first time, the financial sector was included as an integral part of the plan. If in the fifth 5-year plan, for the first time the financial sector was included in the integral part of the plan? No. Dear aspirants, till 1992, the government has the major objective to reduce the poverty, to reduce the unemployment, to make the policy in such a way that there should be the even distribution of income and wealth in the economy. Therefore, the inclusion of financial sector in the economy till 1992 was not possible. Therefore, this statement is wrong statement, and the answer would be first and second statement is true, and an answer is A. Alright, and the answer is A. Nikki, the answer is A. Alright, because the third statement is wrong, and third is here also, both are wrong, one is also correct, therefore B is also wrong, and A is the right answer. These are two questions UPSC is asked from 2011 till now from the 5-year plans. I think you all are enjoying this PYQ analysis, and you all are also getting the live experience of prelims question solving, how to solve the prelims questions when you are trying to solve the questions in the UPSC examination hall. So I am trying my best to give you also the analysis and different skills also to solve the questions of Indian economy. Okay, dear aspirants, we will meet in the next sessions with the new chapter of Indian economy, and the questions will be based on taxation and budget. So please study both chapters when we will discuss this session, so that your participation is also very much necessary for us. So enjoy the sessions, and we will meet on next Sunday, or before that or after that. Next Sunday is Diwali, so we will meet before Diwali or after Diwali. But from my side, a very happy and prosperous Diwali or Deepotsav to all of you. Thank you and study well.